Good day, everyone. My name is Lawrence Monsa, and today we'll be going through our distributed systems evidence collection, where we did our WeShare project. So my teammates include Karabo Kuno, Tato Mukuvali, and Tswelelopele Morei. To begin with, WeShare is a social expense tracker that helps users track their expenses shared amongst friends and is based on a social trust and trusted platform where payments can be made and payment requests can be sent to friends. And today I will be taking you through our research and data analysis. In conducting research for our application development, we extensively utilized computer technologies to explore and select the most suitable technologies for both the front end and back end components. Here's how we integrated technology into our research process. Java and Javelin framework. We employed Java as for a server-side development due to its robust and widespread adoption in enterprise environments. The selection for the Javelin framework was based on the simplicity and effectiveness in rapidly deploying web application, which we determined through technical articles and developer forums online. HTML and CSS for the client side. We utilized HTML and CSS foundational website technologies to ensure that our application was both functional and visibly appealing. Online research helped us stay updated with the latest HTML5 and CSS3 standards and best practices. Selenium to ensure our application met quality standards. We used Selenium for automated testing. This tool allowed us to mimic user interaction and verify functionality across multiple browsers, as learned through the online tutorials and documentation. Then FineLeaf is a modern server-side Java template engine for both web and standalone environments, which we found online. Our choice of these technologies was informed by comprehensive research using online educational content, ensuring that our application was built with reliable, efficient, and user-friendly technologies. Now, to demonstrate that we documented our research and planning, we'll move over to Miro, where this is the online tool that helped us document our research such as our user stories. Looking at the user stories, you can see that one of them, as a user, I want to log in using my email address so that I can access my account without the need to remember password, and the acceptance criteria followed. The login page allows entry of an email address. On entry of a valid email address, the user is directed to their dashboard. So that was one of the stories that we got from our research. Another would be to record an expense. And as a user, I want to record details of my expense, including what I spent money on, the amount spent, and the date of the expense so that I can keep track of my spending, which was the sole purpose and one of the sole reasons we were developing this software. So look at our first iteration. Our first iteration was server-side rendering, whereby our development focus was the HTTP server backend. And the controllers on the server were responsible to render and build the web pages. Moving on to our iteration two, which was the client side rendering. As you can see, we had to complete rewrite of the client code. So we needed to rewrite the code on the client side. Moving right along to our distributed components, the iteration focus, this was our third and final iteration. The server code design, we were revisiting and refining the server code design. The persistence system, where we implement a real data persistence system, replacing the temporary memory-based storage. To show that we use the internet to conduct our research and present our findings, given the use of the appropriate tools used to develop the web application and the utilization of the internet for our research, we can confidently assert that the findings and outcome of our research performed are both valid and conclusive. So now, to show that we used computer technology to present our research. Most of our planning was done using online software tools such as Miro, and for our presentations, we used technologies such as Google Slides. Tools available for web development. There are numerous tools available for web development, ranging from simple text editors to sophisticated integrated development environments, each serving different purposes during the development process. Here's a categorized list of some popular tools. So for text editors and IDEs, you can have Visual Studio Code, a powerful open source editor that supports various programming languages, live preview, debugging, and extensions. Next to that, we have Sublime Text, known for its speed and efficiency. It offers extensive language support and customization. Moving on, we have Atom, an open source text editor by GitHub. known for its flexibility and built-in package manager. Then right at the end of text editors, we have WebStorm, a commercial IDE specifically designed for JavaScript, CSS, and HTML development by JetBeans. So moving on to web design softwares, we have Adobe Dreamweaver, a robust web development and design tool that offers a combination of visual and coding editing. And then we have Figma, which is a web-based UI UX design tool that supports collaboration and prototyping. Onto frameworks and libraries, we have Bootstrap, a front-end framework that provides ready-to-use components and responsive grid system to speed up the design process. Or we have Angular, a platform and framework for building client-side single-page applications using HTML and TypeScript. For version control systems, we have Git, the most widely used modern version control system, essential for managing changes to source code. And then we have GitLab, which provides hosting for software development and version control using Git, including collaborative features like bug tracking, feature request, task management, and wikis for every project. And then last but not least, we have testing and debugging tools where we have Jest, a delightful JavaScript testing framework with a focus on simplicity, and Selenium, a portable framework for testing web applications, providing tools for browser automation. Web browser plugins, also known as extensions or add-ons, are software components that add specific features to a web browser, enhancing its functionality and customizing the user experience. They interact with the browser through a defined API to extend its capability or change its behavior. Here are some key features and functions of web browser plugins. They enhance productivity. Many plugins offer features like ad blocking, password management, and enhanced privacy settings, which streamline browsing and improve efficiency. Secondly, the customizations. User can tailor their browser experience according to their needs and preferences, such as changing the browser's appearance or modifying how web pages are displayed. Thirdly, we have utility tools. Plugins can provide practical tools like screen capture, VPN services, and translation services directly in the browser. Then we have content management. Some plugins are designed to manage specific types of content better, such as video downloaders, PDF viewers, or Flash players. And last but not least, we have security features. So, security oriented plugins help protect against attacking, phishing, and other online threats by providing enhanced security and privacy control. How do web browser plugins work? So, API integration. Plugins interact with the web browser via application programming interfaces provided by the browser. These APIs allow the plugins to manipulate web page content, modifying the user interface elements, and handle HTTP requests. Secondly, we have installation. Plugins can be installed directly from the browser add-on store or from third-party providers. Once installed, they may require configuration to tailor their functionality. And lastly, execution. Once active, plugins work in the background, executing their functions based on the environment and conditions defined in their programming. Some may show icons in the browser toolbar, offering quick access to their features. To motivate our choice of HTML editor and other web design and maintenance tools, we'll quickly go through the two discussed or shown on the screen. Visual Studio Code is a highly recommended HTML editor for web development, valued for its extensibility, integration with command line tools through an integrated terminal, built-in support for Git, and a customizable user-friendly interface. It supports numerous development-specific extensions like Live Server, Prettier, and ESLint that enhances productivity and maintains code quality. Figma, on the other hand, is favored for web design due to its collaborative features, browser-based accessibility, and component-based design system. It facilitates real-time collaboration amongst teams, allows design from any device with internet access, and supports the reuse of design components to ensure consistency. Figma also enables designers to create interactive prototypes and provide CSS code for design elements, streamlining the handoff to development teams. Both tools enhance workflow efficiency and are adaptable to the needs of both beginners and seasoned professionals, supporting various aspects of web design and development.
Good day. My name is Tadu, and today we will be talking about cost or benefit analysis. So, our first question that we have is showcase your cost or benefit analysis for the development of your project. Firstly, we'll talk about the cost. We'll characterize and estimate all project expenses. Show, for example, software licenses, hardware upgrades, personal cost if applicable within our, for example, 50,000 budgets. And for the benefit would be it'll outline the anticipated advantages of WeShare as as we as improved file accessibility, enhanced collaboration, and potential cost savings. And the insensitivity analysis will then acknowledge potential uncertainties, conduct sensitivity analysis to assess how project outcomes might change under different cost or benefit scenarios. We then have this screenshot from the WeShare app, which indicates what the app really has. So the app works like this: it'll show you expenses, it'll show you payment requests that are sent, it'll show you payment request received. Before you have access to all this information, you will then have to sign in, and then it will show you people that you owe and people that owe you. So the overall, I'll say that the analysis informs decision making regarding the application development and implementation, ensuring that the benefits outweigh the cost. So, in conclusion, these benefits include time savings through efficient logging, improved financial transparency among friends, and strengthen social trust and enhance accuracy and accountability in expense management. Quantity and qualitative analysis are conducted to assess the return on investment and consider factors such as adoption and maintenance costs. Our next question is: show that you prepared a cost estimate for an element of work. And this is a screenshot from the app where it shows the people that owe me. So it gives the name of the person, it gives them what they owe, and it gives what it's due and how much. And then we then have a total cost. Um, estimates include the implementation and testing of the payment request feature as well as the documentation required for users and developers. Integration with notification system is also accounted for, ensuring that users receive timely notification for new payment requests and updates. Um, in summary, I would say that it is important to note that cost could escalate if additional resources or specialized expertise are required, such as hiring external um, consultants, for example, especially maybe for specific integration tasks or seeking assistance from senior developers or complex implementation for different challenges. But this can only be added only if, for example, they are needed. Our next question is: show that you prepared a time estimate for an element of work. Um, Roughly, in explaining this, would say that the time estimate for the time estimated accounts for various tasks involved in implementing the user dedication features, testing, the development, the documentation, integration, as well as with external systems, and each component is estimated based on the effort required for its completion. Um, would say considering factors such as complexity and the dependencies, as well as it is very important to know that the element of work is subset of a bigger delivery, which encompasses other features and functionalities of the application. So, for example, time estimates is similar to cost estimates. They are very better for project scheduling, and as well as our UI development time estimate. So it consists of we needed to consider these three major steps. So we had the design phase, which took 2 weeks. We had the development phase, which took 3 weeks, and a testing phase, which took 1 week. And then the total estimated time for the UI development for WeShare was 6 weeks. Lastly, our question says: explain the effect of late delivery for an element of work. Late delivery of components like user authentication or payment requests can lead to project delays, resource allocation issues, and compromised stakeholder confidence. It may disrupt the app's overall timeline, affecting releasing dates and requiring adjustments in resource allocation. Additionally, late delivery can compromise feature quality as rushed work may lead to overlooked details. In conclusion, I say that given the app's interconnected nature, delays in one component can cascade to impact related features of the whole entire app, potentially affecting the app's functionality and users experience, which would say it is very important when it comes to apps like WeShare, whereby money is involved, the payment to receiving the money as well. Timely delay of all components is essential for ensuring the successful development and deployment of the WeShare app. That's all from me today, and thank you.
When we land on the WeShare page, we are greeted with a landing page which asks us for to enter the email address. Once we enter the email address, we are greeted with a navigation bar which consists of an expense, payment request sent, payments request received, and a logout. It also has my expenses, which requests us to add a new expense. Then we also have a table which consists of a when, what, amount, payment request, and payment request received, net expenses. So let's add a new expense. So once we add a new expense, we can say add snacks. We can buy snacks on, say, December 25th. We're not going to buy a lot. We're just going to buy 700. So now we have our snacks. We can ask for a payment request. So let's ask for a payment request. Let's ask it from student number 3. We can ask them to pay an amount of 250, and we can ask for it to be settled on, let's give them a year. A year should do, actually. That would be nice of us. So once we've done that, it has not been paid yet, but once we log in onto student number 3, we can access that. Because let's log on to student number 3. So as we log on to student number 3, we will go on to the payment request received. We can see that there is a payment request received, and then we can access it and pay it. We'll pay for the student number 1's lunch as well. Then if we go to expenses, then we'll realize that everything has been paid for. When we look at the ease of use of this website, we need to first focus on how clean and minimalistic the design is. The website's design is minimalistic with a simple layout and no unnecessary clutter. This design approach enhances user focus and makes navigation straightforward. What we need to next focus on is how responsive the layout is as well. The use of responsive design ensures that the website adapts well to different screen sizes and devices. This feature enhances usability by providing a consistent experience across platforms. We also have user-friendly forms. The login form is prominently designed and displayed and has clear labels for input fields. Additionally, the form includes attributes like autofocus required, which enhances usability by focusing the user's attention and indicating monetary fields. And the best thing that makes this project beautiful is the fact that we have efficient code structure. CSS and HTML code is well organized and follows best practices, which facilitates maintenance and further development of websites. Clean code also contributes to faster load times and smoother performance.
Good day, my name is Pele Morey, and I'll be presenting on web development tools that we used for our WeShare project. In our project, we aim to create a dynamic and visually appealing web application that seamlessly integrates with various devices and browsers. To achieve this goal, we leverage a range of web development tools and technologies tailored to enhance productivity, ensure code quality, and optimize user experience. We are going to start off with HTML editor and website design or maintenance tools that we used for our project. For quick edits and simple tasks, we utilize lightweight text editors like Visual Studio Code, offering manual editing of HTML, CSS, and other languages. To handle more complex development tasks efficiently, we rely on feature-rich IDEs such as JetBrains WebStorm, providing advanced features like code completion, debugging, and project management. Git is our primary version control system, facilitating collaboration, tracking revisions, and maintaining project integrity among multiple developers. And lastly, we employ Google Chrome Dev Tools and Firefox Developer Tools for testing and debugging HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The HTML editors and website design or maintenance tools that we used have advantages and disadvantages. With text editors, they are lightweight, versatile, and fast. However, they lack advanced features like code completion and debugging. With integrated development environments, they have advanced features which enhance productivity and code quality, but they require resource-intensive with a steeper learning curve. With version control systems, they facilitate collaboration, track revisions, and maintain project integrity, and they also require learning version control concepts and complex setups. With testing and debugging tools, they identify and fix code errors, improve code quality, but they require learning to use effectively and may not catch on. For our project, we made use of different file formats, including HTML, which forms the structural foundation of our web pages, defining elements such as headings, paragraphs, and fonts. We also made use of CSS, which controls the presentation and layout of our web pages, enabling us to create visually appealing and responsive design. We also use JavaScript, which enhances interactivity and dynamic behavior, allowing us to manipulate web content. Also JSON, which serves as a lightweight data interchange format for transmitting data between our web application and the server, which also ensures seamless communication. We also looked at image formats and XML which facilitates structured interchange within our web application, offering flexibility and extensibility in configuring files, exchanging data between services, and generating segments. In our project, we covered different web browser plugins. So now I'm going to discuss their roles. The first one we have is the functionality extension, which is used to enhance browser functionality. And we also have security enhancement, which integrates security plugins and prioritizes user privacy and data protection, mitigating online threats and ensuring secure browsing experiences for users. We also have user experience customization, which empowers users to personalize their browsing environment with customization plugins. And we also have accessibility plugin, which plays a vital role in ensuring our web application is accessible to all users and providing assistive technologies for individuals with disabilities, such as screen readers and keyboard navigation enhancements. And lastly, we have legacy technology support, which basically refers to plugins which support legacy web technologies, ensuring access to specific websites or applications that rely on outdated software or file formats. Major plugin types encompass multimedia, security, productivity, privacy, developer tools, accessibility, and customization, catering to diverse user needs and preferences across various platforms.